I'm the Kinky Polyatheist. Today we're going to talk about why safe words fail and how you can avoid it. Stick around. I'm the Kinky Polyatheist. On this channel, we dispel shame around sex, sexuality, relationships, and spirituality. Like and subscribe and share with your friends, and if you have any questions, you can send them to ask@kinkypolyatheist.com. Today on the show, we're talking about safe words, how they fail, and how we can do them better. If you're not familiar with safe words, they're very simply a word that you use when you're in some kind of fun or fantasy scenario where you need the scenario to stop for whatever reason. Oftentimes, the reason is you have an emergency, or something's painful, or something's not going right. Safe words are highly recommended. However, sometimes they still go wrong. So we're going to talk about how they can go wrong, how they can fail you, and what you can do to avoid those failures. One of the most common ways for your safe word to go wrong would be to just not discuss it. If you don't discuss your safe word with the person you're playing with, then how would you ever do it? How would you ever get it right? When an emergency happens, how would you let them know? Oftentimes in kinky play, we're testing our limits and we're trying something new. So having a safe word is a big deal. Yes, you might get hit with a paddle and that might hurt. So you might say ouch, but you might not want to stop. And you might not want to disrupt the moment by having somebody say, "Oh, are you okay?" So safe words become very key for keeping the fun and the mood you're in continuing. But if you don't discuss a safe word, what do you do when you get into trouble? So the first thing you need to do is make sure you discuss safe words with whoever you're playing with. So I highly recommend that you take responsibility for yourself and you come up with a safe word or a couple of safe words that you will just always use by default. Oftentimes, the person experiencing something, not the person creating the experience, gets to choose the safe word. So pick 3 right now. Pick 3 safe words that are good for you that you're not going to forget. And just tell the person you're playing with, "Oh, my safe word is barracuda," or whatever. While we're here, I'll just give you some simple ideas. So some of the easiest safe words are red, the color red. Stop, ouch. Emergency, time out. And honestly, one of my favorite safe words is literally the word safe word. It's kind of hard to argue safe word. It's kind of hard to take it wrong or hear it wrong. But the type of play that you're in is also going to determine the type of safe word that you want to use. So pick something you will remember, pick something that's easy to understand, and pick something that will clearly communicate to the other person, "Hey, something's up. I need you to stop." Or at least check in with me. The next reason why safe words don't work or fail is because sometimes people purposely don't use them. I know that sounds a little odd, but sometimes in the moment, we have some emotions that are happening within us and we decide to delay or not use our safe word. Whether it's fear or ego, or you don't want to be judged, or you don't want to be embarrassed, it happens. Sometimes we just don't want to appear weak. We want to look like we can take it. Hit me again. Hit me with the paddle. And you just don't want to appear weak. That's not really a good reason to not use your safe word. Along those same lines, sometimes someone's trying to impress somebody. They're trying to take more of something than they should, and they're getting themselves into a dangerous situation because they're purposely deciding to not use their safe word. Sometimes there's a lot of people around. Maybe you're at a party or something like that, and you don't want to be judged, or you feel like you're on the spot. And for whatever reason, you decide to not use your safe word. When you make those decisions, things can get off the rails pretty quickly because the person you're playing with assumes everything is just fine. They don't realize that you're stretching your limits a little further than you should be. They're trusting you to communicate and use your safe word, and you're breaking that trust by not doing it, by letting other emotions and ego and fear and judgment cloud your vision and your communication. So don't do it. Another reason why people might purposely not use their safe word, sometimes the person you're playing with will give a weird vibe or something that makes you feel like using your safe word would somehow embarrass them. Not yourself, but them. Like maybe they're like some big hotshot dom or something like that, and just getting a chance to play with them is a big deal. So you're trying to suck it up. Maybe you just don't want to call out that something about the way they're using the flogger is causing it to wrap around and hit your ribs. And so you don't say anything, but it stings in the wrong way and you're afraid to embarrass them. That's not a reason. Use your safe word. Also, while I'm here, don't play with people like that. Don't play with someone who puts some kind of pressure on you to possibly not use your safe word for any reason, including social pressure. However, while we're here, sometimes it is nice to have a slightly more secret safe word between you and your partner, so that when you are in social situations, you can communicate the safe word without making a big deal about it. So for example, I know a couple that use their proper names as a way to communicate safe words when they're in public circles. So for example, instead of calling somebody Billy, she would call him William. William, I'm thirsty, is a very clear indication between the two of them that, hey, listen, safe word, I'm thirsty. Another thing you can do if you find yourself in this situation, if you use your safe word and you feel like someone didn't hear you, just take a moment to say, hey, William, I don't think you heard me. I said William. The next reason why somebody might not use their safe word is quite literally because people forget them. You literally forget your safe word. And sometimes you get wrapped up in your head trying to remember, what was that word? What was that word? What was that word? And you're just totally on the wrong train of thought. Honestly, it happens. It happens to all of us. It happens in the weirdest situations. You get a little bit of like adrenaline or a little bit of emotion, and suddenly you just blank. So for that reason, I highly recommend having a conversation with whoever you're playing with about how there are more than one safe word. If you ever say something like safe word or timeout, that basically just means I forgot my safe word. So I'm calling an SOS right now. Mayday, mayday. I don't know what's going on. I'm not thinking straight. Safe word, timeout, anything like that will work. The important thing is communicate something. Don't get stuck in your head trying to figure out what is my safe word or trying to remember it, because a scene can progress further than you want it to while you're busy trying to figure out what the word was. Worst case scenario, literally just announce, I forgot my safe word. The next reason a safe word can fail is because someone waits too long to say it. And for whatever reason that is, if you wait too long and then suddenly you pull it out, people can be a little shocked and surprised and not even realize that things have gotten off the rails for you because you weren't speaking up. You just waited too long. Don't let that happen to you. Communicate early and often. And the way to do that is to have an escalating safe word or have some indication of intensity of what you want. And the classic example is the traffic light. A lot of people use green, yellow, red to communicate. Green is go, yellow is, hey, proceed with caution, slow down, and red means stop. I've also seen people add blue to basically say, hey, what you're doing is not even near what I want. I want more. So for example, if someone hits you with a riding crop and you say blue, that means, oh, they can hit you harder. And if someone hits you with a harder hit with a riding crop and you say green, now they know exactly where to be. And if they hit you with a riding crop and you say yellow, they know, oh, okay, I need to just back it off just a little bit. And the idea is to never even get to red. It's to communicate so well the whole time that you're always having a good time, and the person helping you have a good time always understands exactly where you're at. So don't wait. Don't have one safe word that only gets pulled out in emergencies. Have a couple words that help communicate intensity. Along those same lines, communicate and reinforce what you do like. If somebody does something with, say, a pinwheel, and you really like it, say so. Say, yes, I really like that. That was awesome. Do more of that. Let them know you like it so they know they're on the right track. If you really like the pressure, say, oh, I love the pressure. Just communicate. Honestly, if you're having a good time and you're communicating that you're having a great time, the person you're playing with is also going to have a lot more fun and excitement. The last reason I want to talk about why a safe word might fail is because your mouth is covered or full. So I say this in my book, and it's worth saying over and over again. Gags can be dangerous. If you think about it, if for any reason your mouth is covered or your mouth is full, you're breathing through your nose. And if something goes wrong with breathing through your nose, you could be in trouble. So be extra careful around things like that. Have a safe word or a safe signal that you can use when somebody can't speak. For example, a safe signal could be literally turning your head, or it could be using your feet to knock something over. A safe signal could be a squeeze of your hands. A safe signal could be a push away. A safe signal can also be something you'll see a lot in martial arts, which is a double tap. You double tap yourself. That basically says, I surrender. In martial arts, it means stop or I surrender. You could double tap yourself, or you could double tap them. Either way, it communicates, I've had enough. I hope that was helpful. Safe words are a really big deal, so thanks for listening to this one. I got a great question for you. What is the most interesting or funny or memorable safe word that you've ever heard? Put it in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. And also, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below, or you can email me at ask@kinkypolyatheist.com. I'll catch you guys next time.